Hi, it's me again, and last week I brought you the story about a PR agency that was working for TV licensing to help promote TV licensing in North. Well, you people out there seem to have not appreciated the fact that they're spending your license fee money on PR agencies, and you sent me loads and loads of stuff. So I thought we could take a look at it today because it extends on that story a little bit. Let's take a look. Oh, and before we crack on as well, I just want to apologise for some of the video quality last week. I had a big posh camera that I used to use from my days when I was a photographer for magazines and that. And yeah, it died. It must have got a bit hot or something and it died on me, and a crappy old phone just couldn't do it. And it was terrible, terrible quality. I apologise a lot for those videos. Hopefully they're going to be getting a bit better in the future with the new cameras I've got coming for Christmas. Okay, right, let's carry on. Right, so what we've got here is the original tender notice from TV licensing, so it's in 2008. And the interesting part here, you'll see the value of the tender is 2.5 million quid. That's a lot of money, isn't it? So what does it say? The BBC is tendering for a maximum of 6 PR agencies which will work as a network with broadly the same objectives in each nation or region. The agencies will offer excellent value for money. Yeah, the BBC doesn't offer that, does it? So they want their tenders to offer that, do they? In delivering a strategic programme of TV licensing communications via press, stakeholder and social media, making full use of their knowledge of that nation or region. So the requirement will be divided into 6 geographically focused lots in nations and regions. So what are these 6 then? So lot 1, London and the South East, and the Midlands and East Anglia, North, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. So where it says 2.5 million, do you think that's the total for the tender or the total for each region? It's not very clear, is it? But that leads us on to this one here. So, BBC unveils tender process for regional PR agencies to promote licence fee. The BBC has issued a tender process worth up to £2.5 million to promote and explain the licence fee to the public. Now, the same as what I said in the other video when I talked about this, is if something's very good, do you need a PR agency to spin it to try and persuade people to buy it? I'm not convinced. I know you see adverts on the telly for stuff and that, but are they directly targeting groups and going door to door pretty much to sell them product? It's a tough sell, the TV licence, and it goes to show that people are turning against it a little bit if the BBC are willing to spend up to 2.5 million quid on PR agencies. But I think 2.5 million quid seems a bit cheap for PR agencies, doesn't it? You're going to get the top ones for that. So what else do we know about this? Let's have a look. So March 2019, it looks like the tender was complete because BBC appoints 6 regional agencies for UK-wide TV licensing comms brief. The BBC has appointed 6 agencies to deliver TV licensing comms across the UK in a contract worth up to 2.5 million quid. So they've been appointed now, they went through the tender process, and these are the people that are delivering PR spin to try and get you to pay for your TV licence. The corporation appointed Fleischmann Hillard Fishbourne to cover London and the South East, and Smarts Communicate in Scotland, while MCE will look after Northern Ireland. The other 3 agencies appointed were Spotty Dog Communications in the Midlands and East Anglia, Aberfield for Northern England and Equinox for Wales. It was Aberfield that we were talking about before because I'll put a link to that video below. Aberfield had a thing on their website where they were really proud of the work they've done, reaching out to stakeholders, their word. In other words, going to OAP groups and people who are struggling for money groups and things like that, and letting them know how their people can pay for TV licenses and how to tell people to pay for their TV licenses. Whereas I go about trying to tell people how you don't need to pay for TV licenses. And if I had 2.5 million quid to do it, I could reach a lot more people, let's put it like that. The 6 agencies will deliver a contract for services including proactive media work in which they will provide regular story opportunities for the corporation in print, online and broadcast, as well as digital engagement services via social media. So the PR agencies have basically been paid 2.5 million quid to put out a load of spin in the paper and to scare people into paying for a TV licence. The level of activity each month will vary, but each agency will have a set list of objectives in media, social media and stakeholder relations which needs to be achieved by the end of the quarter. They will also provide a reactive fast response service and stakeholder relations in the form of liaison with money advice and disability organisations. That's the bit that annoys me most, because they did reach out to money advice services, free ones, that people who are struggling can go and consult and get some advice, and disability organisations. They work directly with them to sell TV licenses. And people who will go into a money advice service probably, I think it's fair to say, have a couple of money issues. And I know a way they can save 159 quid, which may very well help them right out. But they're not going to learn that from their money advice organisation, because they've been spun by the PR agencies to sell TV licenses. And how's that right? How's that right? A money advice service should give true, honest, open advice and say, look, if you stop watching broadcast TV and don't use iPlayer, you can save 159 quid a year. That's money advice, isn't it? Contract terms. The new agencies will begin work from April, and the contract terms are for 3 years with the possibility of up to 12-month extensions, up to a maximum of 5 years in total. So this started in 2019, so 3 years. So we're pretty much coming to the end of their contracts. So this might go out for tender again. I hope it does. I'll set up a PR agency and I'll apply for the tender. PR Week understands that the value of the contract over 5 years is between 1.75 million and 2.5 million, and that the higher amount is the maximum possible spend, unbelievable, of your TV licence fee money. The BBC said the winning agencies were judged to offer excellent value for money in delivering a strategic programme of TV licensing communications under the direction of the BBC, via the press, stakeholders and social media at a specialist level in the nations and regions. Yeah, so I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. I don't think they need PR spin for this, and you should tell people the truth also if you're going to do that. So come out with your PR spin and say, yeah, we want you to pay 159 quid a year, and you have to pay that if you want to watch anything as it's being broadcast. But don't worry, you don't have to pay it if you don't want to. Surely that's fair broadcasting and fair communications, isn't it? By having something that's optional but making people believe it's not optional. Is that what the PR agencies are doing? It's wrong, isn't it? It's wrong. If you're going to sell something, you have to give both sides of the story. Surely there must be a law against that or something, right? Surely. What's BBC got to say about it? Sian Healy, Head of Policy and Communications for TV licensing at the BBC, said, "This was a hard-fought procurement, and the winning bidders were chosen on the basis of value for money and excellent quality for the licence fee payer." That makes no sense. Excellent quality for the licence fee payer. They're already paying. They don't need the PR spin to persuade them to pay. So any money spent on PR isn't excellent quality and value for money for the licence fee payer, is it? Because they're already paying. The work of the agency shows a positive return on investment in licence sales as a direct result of their activity. Wrong. It's wrong. They're selling licences, and they're pushing people to sell licences, and they're not telling them the truth. The agencies play an important role in supporting TV licensing by communicating when a licence is needed and ways to pay. How have you ever heard anything from TV licensing that says how a licence may be needed and what you can do if you don't have a licence? Not once. Not once have I seen that. You know, the TV ads used to be, you know, detective ads and scaring stuff, and you know, you saw it on Royal Family and that when they got a knock on the door and said, "Oh, it might be a TV licence inspector. Quick, hide the telly." That's what people believe. That's what the PR has done. The PR has not communicated when a licence is needed. Never has, and it never will. That's what I do here, and that's what the other YouTubers do, and that's what, you know, many organisations are doing, like Silver Voices and stuff like that. And even the Daily Express is quite hot on it as well at the minute, which is good, isn't it? But I just think it's wrong, and it's a waste of money. It's a waste of money. You know, people already believe you have to pay it. You don't need PR to do it. It's just a money-burning party again, isn't it? Well, what do you think about this? Do let me know in the comments below. We'll have a bit of a chat about it as always, and I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching.